What is going on, guys, and welcome back to Subs No Dubs. We're back once again with some Boku no Hero. We're going to be talking about episode 2 of season 5, obviously. But before you guys get into the video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe, do all that good jazz. Follow us on our socials, our Twitter. We're gonna be doing some things on TikTok soon too. So make sure you guys hit the follow on all of those. And
Yeah,
it was a crazy episode, boys. So let's
yeah.
get into it.
It starts off with the recap of last week's episode and I guess the conclusion of Deku waking up, realizing that his One For All has activated from touching the original users of One For All's abilities, right? And we got to
Shattered
see
window.
Shattered Window. Yeah, that was pretty much hinted the entire. That was like the teaser they used for the entire make up to this episode, this season. And what's his name? Naval Laser came.
Aoyama or
Yeah.
whatever his name is. Yeah. I'm like, how did it only wake him up, bro? And like no one else, bro. Because he blew up like a wall.
Yeah, it's like, isn't everyone gonna notice that the entire window just shattered?
It just made me think of that really weird couple
Episode?
episodes
Yep.
where he was like stalking Deku, and I just it just shows it's just another one of those My Hero things. It's just like why put that in there? Like, what was the point?
I thought it was an actual important thing that he was stalking Deku, like when it first happened, because I wasn't reading the manga back then, so I thought it was actually something important to keep out for, and there's no payoff to that moment.
Yeah, that's just pure comic relief, I guess. Even in this episode, he was like, maybe you didn't get enough cheese before you sleep or something. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't understand why we need to know that. But anyways, to move on, after Deku experiences that, he couldn't sleep, and then the next day he has a meeting with All Might where he basically talks to All Might about seeing all the messages and seeing the original One for All, and All Might kind of explains he's had similar experiences seeing the vestiges, but the experience that Deku had was actually unique to him. All Might never had the same experience of meeting that the original One for All and seeing All for One and that whole vision. So that was really interesting because that just shows Deku is something special that even All Might didn't.
They said they're past the point of singularity, right? I think that was what the first user said, and I actually didn't even remember this from the manga, but I don't know if this conversation was in the manga, but it's Deku explaining what the hero singularity moment is, where he explains that Todoroki is the point where powers become too strong for.
So the singularity theory is a theory that eventually powers become so complex because after generation new quirks have evolved, and eventually they'll get to the point where they can't be controlled by a person.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I think that's just a little bit of foreshadowing because this is a point they hit on every single season, season 1, season 2. They've always made sure to bring it up, and they always made sure to explain it, right? And I think eventually it's gonna get to that point where All for One maybe gets a quirk and he can't control it, and then maybe that's gonna be the end of the show or something. So we'll see.
I wonder. That's actually a good point because they always say that One for All is the culmination of a whole bunch of quirks put together. So I guess this is the original singularity idea, right? Because so many different quirks in one person. And
I'm interested to see what characters are also considered past the singularity point. They showed some of the I don't know what you call it, look into other characters, and you said, Todoroki was one of the people they flashed for a second. So it's are they saying he is one of the singularity point people that are past?
I think
and,
so.
It's just we don't know, right? As of right now, it seems like he has a pretty decent control on his powers, but as he gets more experience, we'll see what happens. And I want to know what other characters have quirks that are too strong for them to control in the future, and it'll be interesting to see that in future arcs.
I hope there's
that comes up.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think it's an issue of society as a whole, right? Because it's it's generational, right? It's not just specific people. That I think they mentioned every generation is always going to surpass the previous one. So going back to Todoroki, we don't really ever see him use his fire too much, but we could already assume that he's eventually going to be stronger than Endeavor with just the fire alone, right?
Because he can use.
Then you
both,
add the ice
right?
on top of that. It's going to be crazy.
I think it's the point. The point that they're trying to prove is that because it's singular that Todoroki has been bred to be like the best version of two quirks,
Endeavor,
right?
basically.
Yeah, the best version of the at the moment number one hero, right? Like clearly, it's like they're at a point where it's not just like having a natural quirk; it's people building quirks now.
Yeah, that's a really good point because that's what all for one is, right? Or one for all.
One for all
Sorry.
is, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, you said
So
that correctly.
Yeah.
yeah, I think we have a little confusion there. But yeah, 'cause, I mean, yeah, All for One's getting all these quirks, and even Deku is part of One for All, right? Like it's been passed down through all these people,
Exactly.
and it's always building on top of the previous one. So like, we already see like Deku's been injured many times using One for All, and like as he's only at 20% as the dream showed him. Like when he hits 100%, like is his body just gonna like combust when he uses One for All? Like
Will he get
we don't know how bad it's gonna hurt him.
But like for the thing is that how did All Might? All Might was also quirkless. How did he create that super form of himself though? Like how did that? I don't think that's not in the manga
It's just
either.
that One for All, like every user makes his own twist and has his own discovery. Kind of like think about like the AOT and the Beast Titan, right? Think about how he like made his own like use of the Beast Titan and learned more. Like what like All Might learned how to use his power, and he like maybe developed muscle form, right? Like that was his like twist on One for All.
It's like the baseball
like
throwing. It's like the baseball throwing in Attack on
yeah,
Titan.
yeah. So like Deku's gonna have to eventually make his own twist. Like he kind of already has like experimented with kicks and
the
punches,
shooting,
and,
shooting,
yeah,
in the air,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's cool to see.
Anyways, to move on after the meeting and
wait, weird moment during that meeting. I thought it was a little odd, but Deku brings up, "Yo, your predecessor was a baddie," and
yeah. He's like, right, she looks so pretty.
She was.
Hey,
I respect it, All
Might. You like, yeah, you're into what you're into, to each their own.
I respect.
But anyways, after that meeting, Deku runs into Shinso and the teacher, Eraserhead. Yep. I said it right this time. And basically, kind of like showing that Shinso is gonna maybe participate in the hero course, and we'll see him very soon. It's kind of a little bit of a spoiler to seeing Shinso later in the episode join the 1A versus 1B contest.
Yeah, so they pretty much like at that point we saw them all walk out to the practical training area. That was like the next part of the episode, and we see All Might and Midnight go to like walk in and participate and watch them. People think All Might's dating Midnight. Good man.
Wait, is that what they think?
Did you see that? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they said.
I don't remember.
One of the students asked, "Is All Might and Midnight dating?"
What the heck?
Yes, I'm not into older men. Damn, just put All Might right in the friend zone. Unlucky for him.
God, dude.
But we got to do like those like what's it called, slideshow introductions of all the characters from Class 1B, and it was pretty cool the conversation they had about Class 1A has always dealt with crises, whereas Class 1B has been the team that's been like slowly and gradually building up their quirks, getting to know the actual.
I think Class 1A is like built on experience, I think they said, right? Basically, while Class 1B is more like fundamental and more like yeah. So that was really cool to see.
I'm excited to see that because like we got to see them back in season 2, which is we barely got to see them, but we got to see some of them during the training arc and the summer tournament, whatever it's called. I can't remember.
I think they were in the summer tournament, yeah.
Anyways, it was Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was the that's the Canadian in us, by the way. But it leads up into them picking the teams, and I gotta say, like, this was very, very similar to the manga. They did a very good job, like, making sure that it looked like 1-for-1 frame from the manga. I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, what do you guys feel about having another like 1A, 1B like basic arc, I guess? Because we've already seen this in season 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's kind of getting repetitive. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I'll take any action I can get at this point. I feel like that's how I feel about My Hero is it's just a lot of like dead space in between like major like fights and stuff. It's just like they need to do. I just want to see something, right? Okay. And finally, like, we're going to see like the way that this contest is set up as being like a 4v4 with maybe 4v5 with Shinso involved. it's gonna have like a good team fight, which is
Mhm.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I just need that in my hero. There's too many like boring episodes where like not much is happening and just
That's
like
true.
anything's getting accomplished. And at
Yeah.
least this way, I'm gonna get some action out of it, right?
Yeah, I kind of feel like the entire arc was, well, so far that what we've seen, it feels like it was all built around Shinso, doesn't it? Because he's going to be playing on like Class A's team and Class B's
Class
team,
C.
so I feel like it's just showing off his character a lot more. And we also see him like with Eraserhead's like kind of like outfit or whatever.
Mhm.
Like, did you guys notice the
Yeah,
straps
they're
around
Yeah,
very
his,
he's
like,
like
similar,
training
yeah.
bands, like they
Yeah.
referred to him as.
Yeah, so I kind of guess Eraserhead was training him in that sense, right?
Do you guys
So-
remember a lot of the episode names earlier in the seasons were called the starting line or like my starting line, Bakugo's starting line, like, and then I guess that's what they're trying to do again with Shinso. This will be his starting line, for example.
Yeah,
I think he even says it during the episode. This is, I'm so far behind you guys. This is this is my start to getting into the hero
that's
program.
true. That's true.
So I guess that's what they're
But
trying to do. But I don't think he's gonna be a major character throughout the show, personally.
I honestly think he will be because, they already have him training with like one of the best heroes out there. It seems like he's going to be fighting a lot in this arc, and on top of that, they already talked about him acquiring some new gear to improve his quirk, right? Which
Mhm.
I personally didn't really understand what happened at the very end because
Yeah,
I think
can
I caught
explain
it.
if you
I
want.
think I caught it. Yeah.
Yeah, so the way his mask work is he can actually imitate vocal cords of other people using like his own. So like the mask manipulates his own vocal cords to copy the voices of other people.
Mhm.
And then he basically uses that to disguise his brainwashing commands.
As
So
another
like in the
person.
episode, in the episode, the beast was listening to the voice of his teammate on his back.
The
but it was
the
actually
air guy, the air
Shinso.
cannon guy.
Yeah, but it's actually Shinso imitating his voice to like trick the brainwashing process.
Mhm.
So like that, I thought that was a really sick episode, like or a scene of like the way he uses his
Yeah.
quirk and stuff.
It was cool to see class 1.
I think it kind of goes back to the like slow progress of 1B. Like 1B is doing their homework, right?
Exactly.
Like where 1A is like the flashy like natural talent squad like team, and it's like 1B's they know that they have like a disadvantage in experience and stuff, but they just have to like go by the book and do things the right way.
I think that's what they have to do because they're so lacking on experience. So they're working with what they've learned instead of class 1A just being reactive to the situation, right?
Yeah.
True.
But going back to Shinso, sorry, you asked about Shinso being a main character. I mean, I'd love to see him like if he could be added to class 1A or whatever, just to like that one more like really strong person in that class because like they're already feel like a dream team in a way, at such a young age.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I feel like 1B is so like there's like little talent, right? Yeah, they need it exactly.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I feel like they're so underpowered at this point because you got Todoroki, you got Bakugo, you got Midoriya. Like, what else do you really need on class 1A?
That's the problem. Is like there's no middle ground. It's either you're those three or everyone else. Yeah. And I understand that's how the show is designed, obviously. Like, those are obviously your main characters.
Yeah. So that's the future top 3 heroes. I'm calling it now.
Yeah, it's 1, 2, and 3 in a particular order, but I'm not sure which order it will be. But
Deku's going to be number 1.
Deku's number 1, obviously. Yeah. Does Bakugo outdo Todoroki?
I really like Bakugo's character. I hope he does.
Yeah. Okay, I hope he's done a complete switch for me. Like, he went from being someone I disliked as a character to being a character I've started to like empathize with a lot more, and like
I feel like in my opinion, I think Midoriya and Todoroki are like they're built for greatness, you know the whole Todoroki backstory. Midoriya is given like all for one, right? Or one for I don't know which one it's called.
It's one for all. It's one for all.
One for all. Yeah. I feel like I feel like Bakugo's like worked for where he's at right now. Like
he's been given a quirk, but he's not been given. Yeah, exactly. Like no one could ever say it's like, oh, it's a superhero quirk. It's just an explosion with your sweat glands.
Yeah. That's what I'm about to say. If I had to like go say now, like Bakugo is second, but Todoroki just has so much potential because of how like strong his quirk is and everything. I just don't think I see Todoroki like really going for like top hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think Bakugo's like desire to be the best hero will like put him second, or maybe even be fighting with Deku for first. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but at the end of the episode, we see them all like we see Shinso use his power to like chill out the beast, and then it kind of like ended right there, right? And that was pretty much like
Yeah.
the end of the episode.
Yeah, we got more fights to look forward to. We got especially going to look forward to that Deku versus Shinso team
Yeah.
as the fifth matchup
Dude, oh,
of
I forgot to
the
bring up.
1A versus 1B.
Yeah, I also liked to see. It was nice to see Bakugo in that all black outfit like they used for the
Oh
for the
yeah,
teaser
the
trailers
movie.
for the movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that
cool
was
to see
really
him in
cool.
the full black suit. I don't even know if that was in the manga. I didn't pay enough attention, but
Yeah.
to see the black suit was really cool. It was cold, dude. Why is Invisible Girl naked?
Naked. That's what I was wondering. I didn't want to say anything, but I'm like, wait, is she just wearing boots and a glove?
Yup.
Like,
They
wait a
really
second.
can design her like a special like suit that goes invisible with her, huh? Like really?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Just it adds to the allure of the character, I
What,
guess.
like straight like Invisigirl or something, and some other. I feel like
Yup.
it's a superhero like that.
I'm sure there's a bunch.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Anyways, that's been Subs No Dubs. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. If you like the video, hit the like button, my tiny little thumb. All right, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you're always up to date for when we post. We'll see you guys next week. Deuces.
Later.
Thea.
Check us out on TikTok. Bye.
Imagine.